Innovation used to be thought of as something that was closer to invention and something that was closer to technology. So in the late 1990s and the early 2000s, it was still focused on technology-led innovation. And while technology is an enabler, it's not always the driver. It's much more now about business innovation, about how you innovate around key ways to connect with your customers, with your suppliers, with technologies, how you apply technologies, how you partner. It's much more than just technology. So it is technology, but it's much more, and it's definitely much more than invention. Patents are no longer a guarantee of success. You have to behave as if you don't have patent protection, even if you do have some patent protection.
So, Ron, what is the definition of innovation which is measurable, actionable?
We've always kind of focused on both the creation of value for multiple stakeholders and the capture of that value. So it's not just creation. It's not just coming up with an idea and taking that idea to market. It's capturing value from that, capturing value for yourself and your company, capturing value for your customers, but it's creation and capture. So that's why it's become much more than just ideation and kind of coming up with a cool idea. It's about getting it to market in a compelling way that enables you and others to capture value from it.
My experience with innovation for many people is post-it on a wall and a good workshop, and then people go home all excited and happy and they think they're done. But the reality is it is the inspiration of ideas, it is the implementation of ideas, and ultimately it is the capture of value of those ideas. And all that together is innovation. You got to do something new that you have not done before, and must create and capture new value for you as an organization. If you get both of those pieces in play, then innovation has happened. Just because you do something new and captures no value, not innovation. If you do something new and it captures value, then you can say it's innovation.
And if you create something new and take your good old time trying to capture value from it, somebody else is going to reverse engineer it and capture value instead. So that's why it's important to think about creation and capture of value simultaneously and closely linked.
For everybody out there, put that on the wall somewhere. That's the definition. Don't get proud of your ideas only. Don't get proud only of the implementation. Stay focused ultimately at the end where value is captured. And then your CEO and everybody else will be happy with what you have done.
Say, we'll get to it in a minute, but I'd say that it's almost never possible to capture and create the value alone yourself. You almost always need to have partners. So be open to how you can both create the most value for the most people, the most customers, the most clients, and how you can capture the most value. It almost always involves some form of partnering.
If you look at McDonald's, they've created value, they've captured value. They created new channels by which you could go to McDonald's, whether they're airports or they're in gas stations, or they are located everywhere in malls. Location by itself was the creation, but then they captured the value from it. Similarly, if you look at McDonald's, they've created new products and services, whether it's breakfast or whether it's a veggie burger. And those are new creations. And then you ask, did you create new markets? Did you create new revenue? Or did you just replace the revenue you were getting anyway? If you replace the revenue you were getting anyway, not innovation. It must create new value. And so when you combine these two things together, you can see many examples of innovation. And they aren't always around product, as Ron said. It's not always around R&D, but it could be new channels, new business models, new partners, new networks, and all that combined together in some format or another is innovation.
So a big thing about this, which we'll get into in a minute, is from the get-go, you need to think outside your day-to-day activities. Think beyond. It's kind of the classical sandbox, out-of-the-box kind of thinking, but you really need to open up and be wide open to different ways of approaching a problem or an opportunity.